Hey everybody, this is Jimmy with the Foster Web Marketing here for our first ever Whiteboard Friday. We know this is totally copying Rand Fishkin and the guys over at SEO Moz. If you're not familiar with their Whiteboard Friday, we highly recommend going and checking out their blog. They do features like this that are much more in depth. Today's is going to be very simple, and we're talking about the Google Freshness update. And I have with me Mike Canadian, who
Hi everybody.
is new here at Foster Web Marketing. He's going to help me out a little bit.
All right, so Jimmy, tell me about what the new Google Freshness update is all about.
The Google Freshness update is an algorithm change, sort of similar to the Panda change. It is actually an algorithm change to Google's search algorithm that is going to affect as much as 35% of their search results. And that's actually 3 times more than the Panda algorithm update, which has been ongoing for 6 or 8 months now. What's different about the Freshness update is that the changes aren't going to be as dramatic. It's not going to affect all content, it's just going to affect some content.
Okay, so I'm a little bit confused. What content exactly is going to be affected?
The kind of content that will be affected is something that Google is always trying to weed out, and that's crappy content. If you have crappy content on your website, you can expect to see a drop. But it's more than that. The Freshness update is actually just what it sounds like. They're going to be emphasizing fresh content more so than old content, and especially crappy content.
Okay, now what's not going to be affected?
What's not going to be affected is what we would call evergreen content. And that's a piece of great content. It's not all great content, but it's a piece of it. And so what we mean by evergreen content is stuff that doesn't go out of date, stuff that's good for a long time. A search like how to bake a loaf of banana bread is the same now as it was 10 years ago. And there's not really anything changing, unless there's a great new recipe for banana bread that has the whole world kind of talking about it. Evergreen articles like that are going to stay pretty much the same.
Okay, now what lessons can our clients take from this new update?
Okay, so if you're a lawyer, you should already have a blog and you should already be pumping out a lot of content. But what Google is really emphasizing now is that you don't want to just pump out one type of content. So, for example, you want to have that arsenal of evergreen articles. If you're a lawyer, let's say you're a car accident lawyer right here in Fairfax. You have articles on your website like, should I talk to the insurance adjuster after a car accident? The answer to that question isn't changing, and that piece of content will be good on your website for a long time. So it's not really going to affect searches like that. What it will affect is breaking news and hot topics. So that same car accident lawyer here in Fairfax, if there's a bad accident on I-66, and there's news stories about that, they're talking about it on the news, you want to involve yourself in that conversation because Google is going to place a higher emphasis on your content that is related to that breaking news and that's trending in your local area.
Okay.
So, as always, your great content is going to keep your traffic high, but more importantly, it's going to keep people on your website longer, it's going to keep your bounce rate low, and if you're doing it properly, it's going to lead to more contacts and hopefully more cases for you. At the same time, crappy content is going to continue to drag you down. So anything you're just kind of throwing out there that's not really good information, that's either an evergreen piece of material or breaking news, or not even stuff that's not really relevant to your law firm, you got to cut that out because as we've seen, Google continues to make algorithm changes to make their search results better. So as this develops, we'll keep you guys updated, and once we're able to gather a little bit more data from our own Google Analytics, we'll give you an update. But for now, we're signing off. Check our YouTube channel, youtube.com/FosterWebMarketing for more videos, and we'll see you soon.